We had always dreamed of having a house by the lake. It was our escape, our refuge from the busy city life. My wife, our 2 kids, and I would spend weekends at the cabin, surrounded by woods and far from everything. At first, everything seemed perfect. The lake was serene, and our evenings were filled with laughter, grilling as the sun set. The kids loved it there. It felt like a dream. But after a few months, things started to change. Strange noises in the house, objects not where we had left them. We brushed it off, thinking it was just the isolation getting to us, or maybe animals sneaking inside. At first, nothing too alarming. One night, after the kids had gone to bed, my wife and I were sitting in the living room, enjoying the quiet. That's when we first heard the noises, creaking sounds from the ceiling, like something was moving up in the attic. "It's probably just the old foundation settling," I said, trying to reassure us. But the noises became more frequent, heavier. The next day, I came home from running errands in town, and my wife looked pale, standing in the kitchen. She pointed to the attic door. It was slightly open. "The kids didn't go up there," she whispered. "I locked it yesterday." My heart sank. Something was wrong. That night, I couldn't sleep. Every little sound made me tense, and I found myself staring at the ceiling, waiting for the next creak. Around midnight, I heard it again, footsteps, unmistakable this time. Slow, deliberate. I got up, grabbed a flashlight, and headed for the attic door. My wife followed close behind, her face tense with fear. I opened the door cautiously, the old wooden steps groaning as I climbed up into the attic. The air was thick with dust, and the small space was filled with boxes and old furniture. Everything looked undisturbed, but the feeling of being watched made my skin crawl. Then, I noticed something, a pile of blankets in the corner, tucked behind some old crates. It looked off. Like someone had been sleeping there. I moved closer, shining my flashlight over it. That's when I saw it, a small notebook. It wasn't ours. And neither were the clothes folded neatly next to it. Someone had been living here. The next morning, we called the police. They came, searched the attic, and confirmed what we feared. Someone had been living in our attic for months, sneaking around the house while we slept. They found food wrappers, clothes, and, worse. I'll never forget the moment the officer looked at us and said, "We need to take this seriously. This isn't just a squatter." A forensic team came in, and what they discovered made our blood run cold. Hidden deep in the walls was a dismembered body, wrapped in plastic. It had been there for months, maybe longer. It didn't take long for the police to track down the man responsible. He had been a drifter, someone who slipped in and out of towns without anyone noticing. Apparently, he had been hiding in attics like ours for years, moving from one family to another. When they arrested him, he didn't fight. He just smiled. The kind of smile that chills you to the bone. They told us later that the body they found had been his first victim. But they couldn't say for sure how many more there had been. We sold the house after that. We couldn't stay there, knowing what had happened above our heads all that time. But sometimes, late at night, I still hear those creaking footsteps in my dreams, and I wonder, what if we hadn't found him in time?